Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Alex, aka The Vertical on Twitch, or if you know me in game as LP Alex, whatever handle you know me by. And today I wanted to make a video that I've contemplated making for a very, very long time. Not because I don't feel comfortable where I am as a player when it comes to League of Legends, but more so that it's so overdone. There's so many different videos out there for you guys to watch on how to carry in League of Legends, how to improve as a player. But something I realize when it comes to those videos, there's not a lot of theory crafting when it comes to the how to carry videos. It's more so like, what's wrong with your rune page, what's wrong with your mastery page. There's not a lot of logic behind it. And I feel that's something that I could bring to the table when it comes to these videos, because honestly, that is the number one most important thing when it comes to being able to improve as a player. Excuse me, and being able to carry when it comes to solo queue. Now, credentials wise, I was Diamond last season. What is it? Season 5. I peaked at around Diamond 4, and this season I'm already Plat 1 at 51 LP. So I feel like I have enough experience where I'll be able to help you guys as individual players. Maybe not so much from a professional level or that of a master slash challenger player, because obviously they have more experience and are better players than me. But when it comes to climbing, I feel like I possess a lot of knowledge when it comes to the logic behind the game, and that's what I want to share with you guys today. Now, as I said, the most important thing when it comes to carrying on League of Legends is the understanding and logic behind it. It's not so much fixing your rune page, copying mastery pages from pro players. While that is important and you should gear towards fixing your runes and mastery pages, a lot of players don't understand what it takes or how to even carry and win games, and they sort of find themselves in these positions. For instance, I was just coaching someone on League of Legends who was a very neutral based player. He was jungling with Gragas, and his first gank wasn't until roughly 9 minutes. And he was 0-0 at that point, but his team was losing like crazy, and he didn't understand what he was doing wrong, because he's like, oh, my team, everyone's feeding, every lane is feeding, when 9 minutes on a gank is way too long on being able to put yourself in a position to actually carry. And a lot of players, I feel, are stuck in that neutral base game style, and they find themselves depending on your teammates. I always find players who I coach who are stuck in these neutral base positions. For instance, junglers who just farm for 20 minutes straight, top laners who farm, potentially even pick up solo kills, but they'll always use their TP to just get right back to lane and just continue farming, when you could use that kill and that advantage on experience and gold to translate that into kills in other lanes and securing more objectives. And same for mid lane. People get kills in mid lane and just sit in mid the entirety of lane phase and just not even roam, and wonder why they didn't win the game when they had a lead and what happened to that lead. So a good analogy I can compare this to, I played basketball for 13 years roughly. What am I, 20 now? Going on 20, so roughly 13 years. Now, my high school coach was a very good coach, a very smart man. Always used to say, especially when it came time for tryouts, any player could look decent on a good team. What he means, anyone could hide in a corner and just pass the ball and just sort of be there. And if their team was good, then you automatically could think, maybe that player is good too. But realistically, he didn't show a lot of abilities to catapult that team into winning or looking good in the first place. Now, the same thing could be said for players who are neutral and on a bad team. You don't necessarily see the skills that they contain and use because they're so neutral based. And when it comes to League of Legends, if you're neutral based, you're either going to shine with the teams that shine, or you're going to look like shit. To put it simple, you're going to look like shit because your team is doing bad and you're not doing anything to help. So the most important thing is we don't want to be these neutral based players. And the biggest thing that also comes with these neutral players that I've noticed is the idea that they're not doing anything wrong, but my team is feeding. Like the games that we are losing, my teams are feeding, and I don't know why or how I could do something to prevent that. But then they don't complain when they get carried either. And that's something I want to portray that you need to avoid in order to be a good player, especially in solo queue in the lower tier elos. You're not going to see consistency in your teams, not even at this point. In my time in solo queue, I see a lot of fluctuations when it comes to consistencies in teams, and you need to get out of that neutral base zone and do your best to carry a game. Whether that be as a jungler ganking every lane possible, that getting efficient ganks off, securing objectives with your teams, whether that be towers, dragons, rift heralds, early game, barons, late game. And you can't just be farming for 10-15 minutes even as a Master Yi or sated jungler while you want to farm more. You cannot do that as your win condition, and expect a more positive results in your gameplay. And that's the biggest thing that I want to talk about, is neutrality when it comes to lanes. And as I said, understanding the understanding and logic here is going to be the most important thing. And I'm going to try to divide these up in a couple videos, but I just wanted to get the idea out there before I proceed to each individual lane and how to carry and how to play each individual role. I wanted to get this video out there to shine some light on that. You may not seem like you're doing anything wrong, but you're not doing anything right to get that positive result from your teammates and from you as a player in order for you to win. And with that being said, I will be releasing videos in each individual roles, lanes, basically anything that I can in order for you guys to succeed in solo queue. And I hope I will see you guys next video. I don't know where I'll start and who I'll start with, but I promise you with these videos you will improve as a solo queue player or individual player in general. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later.